stop there, come back here. So through the course of your interactions with the patient, you're going to end up coming down here. If I were to activate the screen, I go to here to update procedures for the day, okay? So I go to the update procedures page. It will show me some procedures up on the top of the screen. Let me see if I can do it. It'll show the available procedures for you to select from. You're able to select those using the arrow here. The steps of that procedure will show up down here. You can change their status to complete. As we told you before, never use this, never do anything with the follow-up. Leave it as planned, because that's our escape hatch. If we ever have to come back to this procedure and do something, we've got that sitting there and we could utilize it. So never do anything with this. Leave it always planned. This can be changed to in progress or complete. When it's finished, use complete. We'll hit generate updates. And that gets thrown to this screen and shows that it's listed there, it's been graded, it's complete status, okay? Then your faculty member is going to come in, and they'll go to faculty authorization and grading. They'll come in here and authorize that, yes, these are indeed the proper procedures that you did for the day. Okay? And they have to do that with their authorization mode on. We'll talk to you about that. That will show up down here in red. Never leave that on. Tell your faculty members to turn it off if they leave and it's still on there, turn it off. They authorize the procedures for the day. It's the final check that says, okay, this is what the student said. I say, yes, they've done that. I'm authorizing that. Everything's complete. And that's accurate. That's what we're attesting to. Okay? From this screen, if you remember, you as a student have got to go over here to the yellow card. You're going to hit this button that says generate invoices. It's going to tell me there's probably nothing to do, right? That's fine. I don't need to do anything. Well, sorry, it says, I'm going to say yes. It'll come up right now and say nothing. There's nothing to process. Okay? And the question came up earlier about billing a patient. So this is a self-pay patient that doesn't have any insurance. Those are the different procedures. That's the total cost for the day. If they had insurance, there would have been some corrections that go on in here, and there's a dollar amount that shows up there. But with this invoice up on the screen, you should tell the patient, okay, let's see, I forget who this patient was. Let's say it's Bob, or it's Ramsey. And say, Ramsey, today we did 4 bite wings, comprehensive exam, and Panorex for you. Total cost for those procedures is $113. As you get up to cashiering, they're going to request that you pay that. Okay? So it's a good way at the very end to kind of summarize for the patient what they have in terms of a financial commitment for the day. Okay? I think we'll close with that. Any questions?
So if they ask at the beginning of their appointment, how much will this cost? Where do we go to look?
You'll be able to go to the treatment plan, okay, episode plan. And you'll see the dollar amounts here. So you might have to do a little adding in your head or on a calculator and give it to the patient on your phone. Okay. The other item I wanted to cover with you just really quickly is I mentioned earlier that if you want to see globally what your responsibilities are in terms of the EDR, so that you don't get any of these end of the semester notices from Gigi and myself. Come right up here. This is called the P-Note authorization. You click on that, you put your particular name in, and you can do it by operator, your faculty member was, there's ways of filtering this, or even sessions, and you can click on that, and it will show you if you have unauthorized progress notes, if you've got appointments where the patient is actually here and you have yet to write a note, which is not a good thing. Don't ever get in that situation. The longer it goes between the time you saw that patient and when you write that note, you forget a lot of detail. And that can be critical in your practice, so don't do that. And then there's notes with pending amendments, okay? Notes with pending amendments means that you've done anything correctly, you've written your note, everything's getting processed, but something has happened, someone's gone in after you've authorized those procedures and someone's made a change. And you've got to go back and review that particular appointment, see if there's anything that you need to put in that progress note that reflects the necessity for that change, and then get your faculty member to sign it. Okay? Sounds kind of confusing to you. Essentially what happens at times is that you may have posted the wrong procedure, and you've got to go back and you've got to unwind that. It's called a rollback. Put the right procedure on there. That's where it ended up being this. Okay. It's rare that it happens, but it does happen. Usually it's fairly innocent. Someone's gone and adjusted a fee or something like that. But you realize that you may have to have those kinds of things to manage during the course of the year. Okay? So unauthorized notes means you wrote the note and your faculty member needs to go in and authorize it. Appointments without progress note is a big no-no for you, that you've seen the patient, you've failed to write that note, you need to get in there and write it. Once you write it, what's going to happen? It's going to pop over here to unauthorized notes because your faculty member needs to go in there and authorize it. If you've done something, or somebody's gone in and corrected that particular appointment for the day in some way, shape, or form after you've posted everything, you're going to get this kind of a note, pending amendments. Okay? There's two other items that you may get called on is appointments in book status, where sign-off or grading needed, and those there's other ways that you can find that with your appointment clerks to find out. And also there's some reports on Salud reports on the P drive that can show you if you have appointments sitting out there that have not been used and you need to clear them from your schedule, or if you've got some type of procedure that's been posted but the faculty member forgot to put a grade in. Okay? You'll be accountable for that as well.